Hi everyone, today I want to take you on a short but fascinating journey into Olympic history, statistics, and bond prediction. We are diving into a simple, yet powerful question. When will men and women's Olympic 200-meter records finally meet? This is not just about numbers, it's about progress, equality, and how data can shape our view of future. Let me start by saying something personal. I truly believe that age is just a number, and we are all capable of learning, exploring, and thinking boldly, no matter what stage of life we are. So, who am I? Maybe I'm an old woman with a young heart, curious, open-minded, and excited about finding meaning in data. That spirit is exactly what led me to this research topic. And I'm Fiona. So, what was I trying to do here? The main goal was to explore whether women are catching up to men in Olympic 200-meter sprint times, and if so, when that crossover might happen. My key research question was, based on the historical performance trends, when will the Olympic 200-meter records for men and women converge? Let's talk about how I got my answer. First, I used Excel and a similar tool to build a linear regression equation based on Olympic record data for both men and women. This regression line shows how the record has changed over time. Then, using a formula generated by the software, I calculated the year when the two trend lines could theoretically intersect. In other words, I used math to find the moment in the future when women might catch up with men in 200-meter race. So what did the data say? When I used the results only up to the year 2000, the trend lines suggested that men and women could converge around 2056. But when I added data up to 2020, things shift. The women's performance curves slow down, and R-square value, which measures how well the trend fits, also dropped. That means the prediction became less reliable, and expected convergence date moved further into future. Let's look at the graphs. On the left, based on 2000 data, both trend lines are nice and linear, slowing close the gap. But in 2020 graph, you can see the women's line is less steep, it flattened a little. That's why the convergence point moves, because the recent progress among female sprinters has slowed, at least statistically. So, what can we take away from this? If we only look at old data, we might believe men and women would catch up by 2056. But when we include more recent data, that prediction changes, maybe significantly. It's a great reminder that data needs constant updating because our world keeps changing. Maybe the records will eventually match, maybe they won't. But the journey and what it tells us about sport, gender, and human potential is what makes this research worth doing.